here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing an updated version of the hat hanging organizer that I did about 3 or 4 years ago. And you guys know that when I did that tutorial, I was just kind of looking for a solution on how to better organize and also display my hat collection. At the time, I was looking everywhere for ideas on how to do it and no one has done it yet. So I came up with a way where you can nicely hang and display your hats because I was just really having problems storing my hats at the time. I'll show you guys in a clip from my previous DIY where I was just stacking them and I really didn't know a better way to organize it. I wanted to improve on the one that I had previously and to also kind of just match the room that I'm currently in. Since you guys know when I first did that video, I was filming in my bedroom, but now I have this other room completely dedicated to my beauty / office space. So I wanted to update it with the new change. I've actually seen a few people kind of recreate this idea, which was really cool. But anyway, I wanted to update the one that I have and kind of incorporate like a simple macrame type of thing. Anyway, before we begin, I hope you would consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't done so yet by clicking on the subscribe button down below and clicking on that bell notification symbol so you can get notified when my next video goes live. And that's pretty much it. So let's just go right ahead and jump into the tutorial.
Alright, so now let's get started on some of the things that you'll need for this tutorial. An inch thick dowel rod trimmed to your preferred length. Mine was 30 inches long. 100 feet clothesline rope. I got mine at Home Depot. Wooden clothespins and a pair of scissors. For your rod bracket, you'll need 2 1-inch 1-hole strap, 2 1/4-inch split locker washers, 2 1.5 corner braces, a number 10 round head machine screw combo, and a screwdriver and a drill to attach the bracket to your wall. Alright, now let's begin. We'll work on the rod brackets first, so you'll need a pair of these so we'll have a place to hang our rod and make it easier to work with the ropes. To assemble, simply attach the corner brace on top of the hole strap and then insert a screw on top of the corner brace. To keep the screw in place, add a washer on the other end, then secure it with a hex nut fastener. If needed, you can tighten the screw with a screwdriver. So you're going to need one more of this and it should look something like this. To attach the rod brackets, simply screw it to the wall with a screwdriver and screws. This wall hanging organizer is approximately 5 feet long from top to bottom in case you need to measure how much wall space you need. So once you attach the rod brackets where the dowel can rest, it will actually make it easier to work with the ropes. And now we can finally work on the wall hat hanger, which is the fun part. Start off by folding the whole rope in half 3 times to get 8 even cords. Then cut where the folds are. After that, tie a knot on each end to keep it from fraying. Once you have 8 pieces of rope, there are a few adjustments on how the ropes will hang on the dowel. To make it less confusing, I've numbered each rope on the dowel from 1 to 8, and 2, 3, 6, and 7 will each have a longer side. The rest will just be folded in half in the middle to make 2 strings per rope. Here's a quick illustration of what I'm talking about on how the rope will hang. So for number 2, the right string is 6 inches longer. For number 3, the left string is 10 inches longer. For number 6, the right string is 10 inches longer. And number 7, the left string is 6 inches longer. Here's a quick picture again of the adjustments that I did. You can use washi tape or painter's tape to mark which side will be longer if it makes it easier for you. Again, these are the only 4 that will be needing adjustments. The rest will just be folded in half. And now that's out of the way, here's how you'll attach the ropes onto the dowel. You're basically going to create a lark's head knot. And to do this, fold the string to create a loop and then place the loop under the dowel and fold it over the dowel. Insert the tail end through the loop and then pull it until it's secured in the rod. Repeat this step 7 more times until you have all your ropes on the dowel. To secure the rope a little better, tie a basic knot as close to the rod as possible. When you do this, make sure that the longer side is still on the same side. Okay, so now we can finally work on where we'll be hanging our hats, and for this one you'll need to know how to do a square knot. So I'm going to show you how to make a square knot, which is the only knot you'll technically need to make this macrame wall art. You'll start off with 4 cords. You're going to take the left cord and lay it on top of the 2 middle cords to create a number 4, and then you'll take the tail of the left cord and place it underneath the right cord. Then now you're going to take the right cord and pass it underneath the 2 middle cords. Now you're kind of creating like a letter P, and Then you're going to insert the end inside the 4 that you created earlier, and then you'll pull it on both sides to create a half of a square knot. So to complete the square knot, you're going to take the right cord and kind of create a letter P again by placing the right cord on top of the middle cord. Then you're going to take the left cord and place it on top of the right cord and then underneath the 2 middle cords. And then you're going to insert the ends through the P and then pull each sides to complete a square knot. I know it might sound a little complicated or it might seem confusing, but the square knot is actually pretty easy to make, and as you kind of watch how I do it, you'll kind of get the hang of how the knot is done. So another tip is for you to kind of have this hanging somewhere if you don't want to have it up in a bracket yet, because it's actually a lot easier to work on it with the ropes coming down instead of working it flat on the ground. Alright, so now let's start on the design for this macrame wall art. You're gonna start your first set of square knots about 6 to 8 inches from the top. So for the first set of square knots, you're going to start from the left. You're going to skip 1 cord and then take the next 4 cords to create 1 square knot. Next, you're going to skip another cord in between and then create another square knot. You should have a total of 3 square knots on the first line. So your first set should look something like this, and then we're going to move on to the next set of square knots, and this time we are going to start from the very first cord on the left, and we are going to do this about 6 to 8 inches below the first one that we did. Then you're just going to gather 4 cords again to create your square knot. For the second set of square knots, you're not going to need to skip a cord in between. You should end up with 4 square knots on this set. So you'll pretty much alternate the first and second sets of square knots as you make your way down the ropes until you reach the end. I did about 3 sets each, and I didn't trim the ends and just left it hanging as they are since I like the whole uneven look of it. Once you're done, you can finally hang your hats by attaching them with some clothespins.
Pretty much it for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. I will catch you guys on my next video. Until then, I will see you guys later. Bye!